guys, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm gonna talk to you about Kris, very mentioned Kardashian Kris, which is supposedly what has been keeping this woman in the succeed, as entrepreneur. Many people don't have mentioned this Kris, even themselves have commenting about this in the reality show. Many people doesn't find an explanation about why this untalented woman have been so successful, with their brands, okay? But first of all, please don't forget subscribing and liking the video, sharing it, and tell me what do you think about these theories and legends around this amazing family, okay? Me personally, I am very kind of big fan of them at some point because I have watched them since I was a teenager, I think, and I like the fact that they represent too much. I only watched them till the 7th season because they represent the unity in family. That family should remain unit, support themselves, loving each other. In fact, my mom doesn't like this reality a lot because they are very materialist, kind of, poser, and yeah, so my mom doesn't like them. I suppose if you are a fan of them and have watched them in the family house, where in the house where you have lived with your parents or your brothers, or even a roommate or a couple roommates, maybe some of them have been like, oh, you are watching these untalented ladies, they don't do anything, whatever, they criticize them, right? So anyways, these are the values of them that I like, and also that they empower the woman, I'm not, with a radical feminist, but I do like the women that inspire other women to be entrepreneur or succeed in, business, right? So tell me what you think about this Kris. If you believe in it, which are your theories, if you have heard about another one, and if you believe in this kind of stuffs, right? Like curses and legends like this. Okay, so let's begin. So I'm gonna read you about it. I make a report, a note about this, like a big blog of the information I found on internet, okay? So the legend says that every man that relate with a Kardashian woman end up being totally unsuccessful, they ruin their lives, they get fired of their jobs, they lose their fortune, or they are canceled, right? Because they are supposedly with this curse, the Kardashian woman absorbs the succeed and the talent of the men they relate with in order to keep themselves famous, beautiful, and rich. And they know about it, and they have talked about it in their reality show. I'm gonna put some clips somewhere here where you can see how they joke about it. They talk about it as a joke. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the historical support because it does exist. There is their ancestors' history about this curse, okay? That is on the website, on the internet. It all started in Armenia in the year 19,000. Armenia is a country situated at the southeast of Asia, and their last name was originally Kardashian, which translated to the Russian, which was originally Russian. This family have been superstitious from centuries ago, okay? They believe in theories, prophecies, and superstitions. It was because of these prophecies that they set themselves free from the genocide against the Armenian town in 1915 due to ethnic, religion, and race-based issues. They believe in an apocalyptic prophecy of the 18,000 years that says that they have to run away from Armenia, they have to escape from Armenia in order to keep themselves safe. The war that was coming, they have to escape from it, leaving by deep ocean travel. So many integrants of the family were convinced about they had to follow this prophecy. They left to the United States through the Atlantic Ocean because the prophecy says that they should have traveled through deep ocean, through deep waters, right? So they did it by the Atlantic Ocean, and they did it on time in the year 1813. So like I was telling you, the Kim Kardashian great-grandmother, their great-grandmother, before they travel they adventure to travel United States. The legend says that she went to the woods in Armenia and she made like a spell. She made a ritual in order for her family to have wealthy and success in United States, right? So like everybody know, or most of the people know, every spell needs to be paid with something, right? You need to give like you know, yes, like a offering, like an offering, right? So what she paid a pact with the condition that all the men in her family born or related with the Kardashians woman will attract misfortune and bad luck. And yeah, this seems to be very, if you see the history of all the men that have been with the Kardashians and haven't have succeed, and let's go with it. The pact was supposed to give priority to the woman, and the great grandmother Han Shakarian, that was her name, was agreed with the deal of the pact. Back to California, in their beginnings, she and her husband, the great grandfather named Tatus Kardashev, didn't have work or money, so the only job he could get was a driver of a trash truck. But for some reason, or maybe the effects of this ritual, he became rich after he found his own trash recollection company. He get his own trash trucks, and he became wealthy and rich. He changed his name in Los Angeles, in LA, California, to Tom Kardashian. They have a son called Arthur Kardashian, who married with Helen Arkelian, which origins are Armenian too, and she was the grandmother of Kim Kardashian. Ellen Arkelian, the wife of their first son of this great grandmother, Arthur Kardashian. And I think the grandmother and Kim Kardashian look very alike. Like if you see the pictures, I'm gonna put them somewhere here. So they have a son who was Robert Kardashian, the father of the Kardashian sisters, and who married with Kris Humphries. They make a family and they have 4 children that in the future will became into the Kardashians family. All right. The good father of the wedding of Robert Kardashian and Kris Humphries was O.J. Simpson, who was the best friend of Robert Kardashian in these decades, and he became his lawyer after he were accused of murdering his wife and wife lover. He were accused, and Robert Kardashian defended him on court, and this is why he became very famous. Also, he was already famous before his daughters became like celebrities. So like I said, he defended O.J. Simpson. He handled his case, but with the pass of the time, he started realizing that he might have been guilty. He started having doubts if what O.J. Simpson was telling was true or no. In 1996, he says that he probably failed and he had to deal with, protecting a guilty person. After, when Robert Kardashian, when he was 59 years, he was diagnosed with cancer, and he only lived 2 months after he was diagnosed. This is why one of the examples or one of the theories that he died of cancer because of this Kardashian curse. He after started earning weight and he started falling in depression. He started feeling upset by the change of his appearance. He wanted to make a career as a model, but as soon as he started earning weight, getting fat, he started getting worse of his depression and emotional issues, that he even missed to Kim Kardashian wedding with Kanye West because supposedly he has the suit that he was gonna wear ready. He ordered to special size for him, but when was the day of the wedding, it didn't fit on him anymore because he earned a little bit more of weight. So because of those extra pounds, he couldn't wear the suit and he couldn't go to the wedding. So he stayed at home, and obviously he felt bad because he couldn't assist to her sister's wedding, right? Time after, he were diagnosed with diabetes, and he used to refuse drinking insulin, which he was supposed to. He were interned into a hospital due to his addictions and drugs overdose. He is the only member of the family with the less money and less fame, while his sisters have been succeeding in entrepreneuring with makeups, perfumes, clothing, and her own brandings. Her mom, Kris, helping creating a brand of socks. I mean, for God's sake, why socks? I think uh, it wasn't a good idea at all. They should have created a brand of like perfumes, maybe, or clothing, but not socks. I think she didn't help him at all. I mean, it having just succeed. Um, his personal life has also been a mess. Do he engaged with Black China, this famous influencer? They make a reality show revealing her personal life and how they handle the relationship. They're sharing, the daily living as a marriage, which I think it wasn't a good idea because the point here, the idea of the reality show was showing him dealing with issues, and I think that it's not a very good idea, like showing people this kind of relationship, like the arguings, the fighting in couple. This is exactly the same that happened with Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey, I think, because before they start with their reality show, they really like each other. They were like, in love, and after their reality show and after them having their arguments, it's when they start, like having issues in the relationship. So I think it's a terrible idea. Anyways, they have a kid, a daughter together. Then after China cheat on him, and he find out, and as a revenge, he revealed like naked pictures, like intimate pictures of her on his Instagram. Instagram cancel his account, ban him. After he get to time after he could recover his Instagram account, but he didn't back to be the same. He stopped posting often. He reduced the frequency of his postings. Let's keep going with the husbands and boyfriends. And the first victim after all this was Damon Thomas. He was the first victim as a couple of the Kardashian sisters. He was Kim Kardashian's first husband. She married at 19. She married super young, and she accused him of being being a very jealous, controlling, and violent man. Even he denied everything. He was always saying that he wasn't the version that she says. He was a musical producer, very successful. For example, he produced music for Justin Bieber and Beyonce. So he has too much, he was a reliable guy, like very successful producer. These are just a couple of examples of the artists he used to handle. But after his marriage with Kim Kardashian, which lasts 3 years, his career fall, and he get broke in 2012 till the banks, till he got out of his house. In this year, in 2012, he couldn't pay anymore his mortgage, so he were taken out of his own house, and this was his history. All right, so let's continue with Scott Disick. He is one of the ones that had last longer in a relationship with one of the Kardashians. He was Kourtney's couple husband for many years. They even have 3 children. Sorry, they didn't marriage, but they were together for many years. Okay, they have 3 children, and but with the fact that they always have, even having a very unstable relationship, they last too long, many years. Now she seems to be very happy with Travis Barker. I know this artist perfectly because he was member of the Blink-182 band. I'm gonna talk about his misfortune of him yet, but I will say that the fact that he has separated Blink-182, that he haven't joined their tours, the band tours, it says a lot to me already. The fact that he separated from the band. However, back to the Scott Disick topic, even being separated of Kourtney, he says that he's cursed because he haven't found the real love. And however, in my opinion, he is indefensible. He has only related with women like 15 years younger than him, or even 20 years younger than him. Like, I mean, he's almost on his 40s, and he has just related with girls of Kendall age, in their 20s. So how do you expect getting something serious with these young ladies of this age? It's a huge difference of age. So he was convinced about it, that he even went to see a psychic, for the reality show. Obviously, it was when he's still appearing in the reality show. Obviously, they taped it for the reality show. Kendall joined him. He went with him to visiting the psychic. This is a very famous psychic in Latin America. I know her. Her name, she's Colombian. Her name is Desiree Tavares. I love her. I mean, not a huge fan, but I do believe in some things that she says. So obviously, she read the cards for him, and she says that in fact, yeah, that she saw a card that says that there was a black energy behind him, following him, and that this dark energy was always going to put him obstacles, to reach anything that he wants, so she suggests him doing a ritual. He had to dress up of white colors and offering, like a chicken, hen, I don't remember the word in English, one of these animals, in a ritual, in an offering. And in this episode, Kendall just can't hold his laughing, she started laughing about this, but he did it. He did this ritual. Like, he was really convinced, like, that he wanted to remove any Kardashian curse, so he did the ritual. But apparently it didn't work, because he's still single. Like, he's still dating, but he doesn't have anything solid with any other woman, right? Okay, so let's continue with the next victim. The other guy was Ray J. I know this guy perfectly. I remember him because the videotape of Ray J was this black guy, this rapper of R&B music, who was starting his career in 2006, and he was starting to get famous in 2007. He was just, launching his career, and it was when he created a plan in agreement with Kardashian's mother, like Kris Kardashian. Oh my God. Okay, so they made a plan. I just cannot believe how the mom was agree with this plan. I mean, can you imagine that? Like, the own mother saying her daughter, okay, let's make a sex tape for you to become famous. Oh my God, oh my God, it's ridiculous. But coming from Kris, she is a very ambitious woman, so obviously it makes sense. It makes sense. If you see the reality, you will realize she is tremendously ambitious, right? So they were agreed. They create all this polemic, polemic thing in the social media, in the internet, whatever, with this sex tape. And thanks to this video, many people start talking about her. We already know how it all ended up, but about him, there wasn't any succeed. In fact, his career after this video just fall down, to the point that nowadays he is more known for have been the guy that appears in Kim Kardashian's sex tape. Next one was Kris Humphries, this basketball player, very famous. In that moment, he was the second husband of Kim Kardashian, but he was also the husband that lasts the shorter time with her. They were married only for 72 days. Crazy, isn't it? Ridiculous. The strongest rumor about this relationship was that Kim Kardashian married with him just because of the fame, to create more rating in the reality show with a wedding, She didn't want to marry him, but she has made already an agreement with the producers. They were willing to invest like hundreds of thousands of dollars in the wedding. It was all already planned. She didn't want to get married the last moment, but she had to. So this is why the relationship lasts less, She was convinced that he wasn't a good man for her. I think she wasn't even in love. Maybe she just liked him a little bit. And that's the reason why they didn't last, But he was in love with her. I mean, I remember these episodes, and he looked very excited. He really looked like very interested in her. Well, the bad things that happened to Kris Humphries was that after all his appearance in this reality show, he lost reputation as a basketball player. He started losing his reputation of an athlete because all the drama in the reality show. It was just too much drama for him and his career and his managers. That after that, his career came down also. But anyways, let's continue with the next guy. Lamar Odom. Odom was Khloe's first husband. As another basketball player, very famous. He was very, very known in this country before engaging with Khloe Kardashian. They were married since 2009 till 2016. During all these years, many members of his family died, including a nephew of just 15, a teenager nephew of 15 years. He died. But I think the worst that happened to him was a coke overdose that kept him in coma for a very long time. I remember, this overdose kept him in coma for I don't remember if they were weeks or months. I think they were maybe months, because I used to saw this reality show when all this happened. I remember these episodes, and the positive thing was that Khloe didn't abandon him, didn't leave him, didn't broke up with him while he was at the hospital. So that was the only positive thing. But he almost died. This one was Kanye West. I didn't really knew what bad things happened to him. I knew about the past boyfriends or husbands, but I didn't know about Kanye West. He also made anti-Semitic comments and many revelations on social networks about many things that he shouldn't have to. Like he just started getting canceled, his concerts and his events. Many part of groups of people like fans and whatever stopped following him. He were canceled by many brands like Adidas, Balenciaga, Gap, and Adidas was in fact one of his main partners. They just broke up relationships with him, the deals, and he lost over $1,500 million, for ending up his partnership with Adidas. Wow. Supposedly and apparently lately, nobody take him seriously for partnerships in the industry. In regards to the middle sisters like Kylie and Kendall, the curse believers thinks that the curse has passed to them also. But I don't see logic in this, because how will the great grandmother, Han Kardashian in Armenia, will have been thinking, oh, maybe one of my stepdaughter or daughter-in-law will, I'm gonna pass a curse to my granddaughters. You know what I mean? I hope I can explain myself to you. You can understand what I mean. I mean, that is just too much, but maybe it's true. Let me know, what do you think, if it might be true or not. But I think it's just too much. But anyways, according to the fans, they have their own list of victims of the curse. And the first one is Tyga, who was Kylie Jenner's first boyfriend, in a kind of inappropriate relationship because of the difference of ages. She was just 17 when they started dating, and he was 25. We ain't gonna get into the details of this relationship, but the supposed effects of this curse is that Tyga, after being with Kylie, didn't reach the succeed that he used to have before dating Kylie Jenner. And he also were taken out of his mansion where he used to live because he owned $80,000 in delayed rents, unpaid rents. Imagine like how many months he stopped paying to be kicked out of his own mansion, right? Oh my God, I just cannot believe this. How can somebody rent a mansion and not just buying it, I normally used to think or have the idea that these rich, famous people buy the mansions, they don't rent them. Anyways, this information says here that he owned many months of rent. His Ferrari car was also taken away because he also stopped paying the mensualities of the payment of the car. Next victim, Travis Scott, who was many years, more than Tyga, with Kylie Jenner. They have 2 kids, very cute, by the way. And the case of Travis Scott is outrageous due because I don't know if you remember, in the 2021, he made a concert of his tour, Astro Boy, I think was the name of this tour. Tell me in the comments what was the name of this tour, Astro Boy or Astro Guy, something like this. I remember this perfectly because it was a news that was spread also in my origin country, in all Latin America. It was very, mentioned. So in this tour, 10 people died because all the crowds, they were very packed. And I guess you remember what happened. People start running like crazy. Something weird happened in this concert. And I mean, personally, to me, it was something like kind of like a ritualistic, because all the details some other YouTubers have mentioned that happened in this concert, right? So, and yeah, he was guilty, in fact, because people start yelling at him, stop the concert, something weird is happening here, people is getting, smashed, and, we are getting hurt and whatever, many things. However, he didn't listen to them, he continued with the concert. So obviously, I do believe it was a sacrifice. It was a kind of sacrifice, something creepy, something like, yeah, kind of weird. Anyways, some people think that the event was created by him in order to avoid the curse fall over him, the Kardashian curse. He made this ritual in order to avoiding the Kardashian curse, which kind of makes sense. But I mean, who knows? You never know. He's still having succeed. His songs, his music. Another victim, and one of the last ones, was Devin Brooker. I don't know if I say it right. Devin. Sorry, yeah, it's Devin. Devin Brooker. Brooker was supposedly, after dating Kendall Jenner, his performance with his basketball team fall down, and he was boyfriend of Kendall Jenner. I don't know too much information about this guy, but he dragged the team with him, to failure. He dragged his team with him. So with all these failures, breakdowns, and yeah, unsucceed of all these guys, Fans of Timothy Chalamet and Bad Bunny are worried about their careers falling down because Timothy Chalamet is the actual boyfriend of Kylie and Bad Bunny of Kendall. So yeah, they are concerned about the curse reaching them. A funny fact about this curse is that even Bad Bunny have mentioned something about it in his last album song Lost Beats, where he basically says in English, he says, what are you talking about? Sorry, what the are you talking about? Which curse you talk about? Nothing's gonna, yeah, he says, nothing's gonna bring me down. I got the whole world over. Even my back hurts of holding the word, supposedly. In March of 2023, one of his girlfriends demanded him for $40 million because she used an audio that she sends him where she says Bad Bunny baby. And he supposedly, no, sorry, he didn't supposedly, he used it for many of his songs. I have heard it also, this piece of audio. There is also another song that says, Al menos dame un perreíto amor. Sounds very sexy, but this one says Bad Bunny baby. And I don't know if you have saw, but I have saw, and there are also rumors that she mistreats him a lot. That when they go out together, she ignores him in front of the cameras. She walks in front of him, and she leave him behind her. Basically she ignores him when they are dating, right? Poor Bad Bunny. I'm not a huge fan of him. I like his music. He has many cute songs. Like, for example, there is one that the one that is called Moscow Mole is one of my favorites. It's very romantic. He has obviously bad songs like that talks about misogyny, but he's good. He has good songs. Anyways, I feel ashamed for him because I'm not agree that she be mistreating him. As to Timothy Chalamet, there is no sign of any curse, any kind of curse. He's having many success with his career as actor. He's having a good relationship with Kylie. But according to the fans, the real consequences are when they break up. But supposedly, and according to the fans and the people that believe in the curse, the consequences start showing up when they break up with the Kardashian girls. Okay, so who knows? Hopefully, we hope nothing happened with Timothy Chalamet, because I like him too, and especially Bad Bunny. I like his music. I'm not gonna tell you all his songs because I know there is some people that hate him, that don't like him. I'm not gonna say, oh, I love his whole music 100%, but he has certain songs that are very like sticky that you just identify with and feel related. However, he has also some songs that I don't like at all. That I don't like what the lyrics says. Anyways, as a conclusion, in my opinion, is that not all is written. There has been theories in the world since like for centuries about curses related with women. Like, for example, the mermaids that enchant the marines with their voice, with their songs, with their singing, to make them fall in love with them and to seduce them and to make they get lost in the seas, in the oceans. And I kind of feel that this is what happens with the Kardashian sisters, the Kardashian family. But at the end of the day, you have the last word. Let me know, what do you think about this? I do get the feeling that there is something about it because honestly, they don't have any singing or acting talent. They have just take advantage of their opportunities, but they really don't have like talent other than making drama in their reality show, right? And obviously that they have taken advantage of their contacts in the industry, like Kim did, since she married this man Damon. This relationship gave her the knowledge and experience on how to relate with famous people, right? So I think it's a mix of inner succeed, like inner entrepreneur knowledge, how they handle their social networks and their content, how they handle the ratings of their reality show. They are talented about this, about handling all this, context, social networks, and rating, making drama in their series. Because at the end of the day, this is a talent too, like making like drama and attracting people, especially men. Why not? But I do also believe that they it just cannot be too much casualty. I just don't believe this be part of casualty. All the bad things that has happened to this man, I really suffer. Even myself, when I saw Lamar Odom suffering so much, for his father, who also died while he was married with Chloe. I remember this part of this episode when his father died and some other deaths in his family. So I don't think it'd be part of casualty. I do believe there might be something about this, People is not talking about it just for any reason, Anyways, you have the last word. Let me know your thoughts, what else you know about this curse, and if you believe in this kind of theories and legends, okay? Please don't forget subscribing, activating the bell, please, and most important, activating the bell, subscribe, give me your thumbs up, and thank you. See you on the next video.